We're the largest spider excavator company in the UK and Ireland. Sold off a fleet of track machines we had and took a gamble and bought a spider excavator. When we were working in the railway industry especially, you're only given a small window of opportunity to get in and do work. So when you're there, it's important to be prepared, and it's all to do with having the right quality of kit. My name is Kelly, Managing Director of SG Elite. SG Elite was set up in 2017, coming off a prior company, Kelly Earthmoving, to work in the railway industry in the UK. So I'm originally from Castlereagh, just moved home to Ireland recently, but we still have our office in Wales and we have an office in Belfast. We're the largest spider excavator company in the UK and Ireland. We do de-veg work, we fix railway embankments, we do soil nailing, anchoring, site investigation. There's not a lot we don't do using this technique of spider excavators. Long story, got sick of having standard excavators, wanted to do something different. Sold off the fleet of track machines we had and took a gamble and bought a spider excavator. There was nobody really doing it in the UK at the time, and we just wanted to try and do something a lot different from everybody else. The market was just jammed with everybody having track machines, and it was too hard to compete in the market. So today's job, we were approached by the Heritage Railway to come up and give them a bit of help. As you can see, there's plenty of vegetation here, so trying to give a bit back to the community, I suppose. It's a seasonal thing where they would use it for like Christmas and St. Patrick's Day and all that, where they bring the kids out and give them a run around the loop. And we come out and viewed the site there a few weeks ago, and we had a bit of a slot in the market here now. We says we'll come out and give it a go. We just assess the type of material that's in it. Is it big, large? All depends. Does it need mulch? Does it need grapple sawed or cropped? All depends. So behind me here, we're just going to go and de-veg this whole embankment using the MDD grapple saw, the Koala grapples, and we're just going to pare this all back so that the trains there's more vision coming around the corner. We were looking at new de-veg equipment a couple of years ago, and we didn't know that the MDE was actually a local company. So we called up to see them, and we were very surprised at what they actually had to offer. We just thought they were a complete agri company that done stuff for loading shovels and things like that. But when I went in and seen the display of stuff that the MDE had built, I was quite impressed. So the first thing we actually bought off them was one of the grapples, the Scorpio grapple. It was actually to do it, we used it in a peat bog where we were lifting bog mats and stuff out with it. And then from there developed into buying a grapple and then a grapple saw, and it's just followed on from there since. Koala is better for small, nimbler type of material, where the grapple saw is basically for more solid or bigger timber. And we see a massive change with using the grapple saw now. So the grapple saw is now brought in, and it's been a fantastic piece of kit. The Scorpion grab's used for different types of work that we do, especially on the railway. It's mostly for gathering brash material and pulling roots and stuff like that out of the topsoil, and it's a good piece of kit, yeah, very versatile. That's what we really like about it, is because it can be used for a grapple, plus it can be used for a rake all in one go. And then once you attach that onto a tilt rotator, it's endless what you can do with it, really. On the Koala, we have it, I think we bought it about 3 years ago, give or take. And it's been on numerous different types of equipment that we have, the spider excavators, plus the road rail plant, plus the standard civils plant, which is quite useful because all the different types of work that we're into, you can just drop it off one machine onto the other. You can just chuck it in the back of a trailer and take it to the next job. You know, it's built for abuse, basically. So I would say the 400mm tree would be its limit, but from 400 down, it'll take anything, really. It'll take the lighter brash. It's got good control, it's got a good gripping system on it for the big and the small. And it's only the matter of giving the blade a sharpen now and again. There's no real cost associated with it to maintain it, just the normal daily checks and things like that. It hasn't given us any bother since we bought it. Never broke the blade yet, and we have it there 3 years. Don't get me wrong, it's not out being used every day of the week, but it's used 6 months of the year, you know. So we've had it now 3 years or more, and it's only a matter of giving it a sharpen. And even if we did have to change the blade, it's only like a 10 or 15 minute job. Just a couple of bolts, throw it out and throw the new one in, away you go. So as things has progressed, with the capability of the Menzi, we were getting deeper into it, so we decided to move forward and purchase a grapple saw, and it's the main reason why we bought the grapple saws was for the Ash Dieback in the country at the present time. The Koala tree shear gives you a rough cut, but with Ash Dieback, most clients likes to have a smooth cut, so the tree doesn't rot as quick basically, and leaves a far cleaner cut. With us having the spider machines, plus the standard civils, plus the railway equipment, it's only a 3-hose system, a 2-way flow system, feeding both ways with your return pipe. And as you see here, we've basically wired it up to our own Menzi system. But when we put it into the other machines, it's just plug and play. It's quite a simple system to use. You can drop it off, put it onto a trailer and take it to the next site. So if anybody's thinking about attachments, I would definitely give MDE a shout. They're very friendly, they know what you're asking for when you go to see them. Listen, we're a lot larger company now than we were when we started, and they still give us the same service when we were small to a medium size that we are now. Always happy to help so there. With the type of terrain and stuff that we actually be moving on, we would see things that they might normally see working on basically flat ground, where we're working on slopes a lot of the time. It's not hard to give them a quick call and say, hey, would there be any chance we could try this out or try that out? And it would be sit and scratch his head and we'd say, why do you want that at that time? But then when they come out on the site and see us working there, it clicks with them, you know, so changes can be made, yeah. When we're working in the railway industry especially, you're only given a small window of opportunity to get in and do work. So when you're there, it's important to be prepared, and it's all to do with having the right quality of kit.